15, 16 years old, things are going well. Like, Tottenham are coming. Tottenham put a bid in for me, 15, 16 years old.
Wow, I didn't know that.
As a 12-year-old, that's quite hard to take. My dad works on a fruit stall. This was a customer of his, was the leader of the British Heart Foundation. And she set me up with an operation with the best of the top heart surgeon in the world. So that's just fate, man. That's just like, do you know what I mean? That's lucky. And she was like, no, don't worry about that. We're going to sort it out. And so they sorted the operation. She sorted the operation out for me, and then I was able to play football again. But yeah, that's your dream, isn't it? That's all you want to do. That's all that's what. So,
Like you just said, going home in your garden, grafting and whatnot. Yeah. Like, what do you think changes when you get a bit older? Like, I don't know what it is where maybe you can say hunger or not. I'm not talking about you, by the way. I'm just talking about in general. Yeah.
I feel like my answer is I don't know, because until I was 19, 19 is where it changed for me. When it was snowing, I was going for runs. Do you know what I mean? I'm dribbling around the park. I was all the time. I was training all the time. That's all I wanted, man. Like my drive. And I think that's sort of just going to where I'm at now. If I feel like I believe I'll do well in life is just because I have a drive in me. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what got me so far in football.
And you're likable as well.
I feel, yeah, cheers, man. I think so.
It'll take you far. That will take you far as well.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. You're right, man. If you can get on with people, then yeah, man, you can do big things. I think though, like that Barnet, the one time when I wasn't likable, but I don't know, I didn't understand this reason, man. I didn't understand it. I'd never ever not been liked by a coach in my life. And I got to 18, and a new academy manager come in, and you know, like I was a character in the change room. You know, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'd fuck around a little bit, you know. But I was a player that needed that arm around the shoulder. Do you know what I mean? And most coaches clocked that and did that to me. And then this fella come in, he wasn't having it. And I didn't know how to deal with that. I didn't know how to respond because I hadn't been taught how to respond like that. But also as an 18-year-old, why should you know how to respond like that? You know, mentally, you're still very immature. I mean, some people are, you know, are mature, but me, you know, looking back at it now, I wasn't very mature. And yeah, when someone didn't like me, I didn't know how to deal with that, and I dealt with it in a bad way. Like I reacted in a very, very bad way, which probably cost me my career, really, to be honest with you. So,
I've been through the similar things where, you know, people come in, things change. It's not like before, like you had a plain sailing kind of time. Obviously, you know, getting released is never nice from your club, but you know that it wasn't down to the fact that you weren't doing the right things and whatnot. It was just down to opinions and whatever, innit? And you probably accepted that, right? But
yeah, I think mine was like at Chelsea. I had major heart surgery.
Yeah,
I had surgery at 12, innit? There's nothing I could do about that. Do you know what I mean? It was a life or death situation. I had to have the operation, and after that, Chelsea let me go. So that, you know, we could get into it. Do you know what I mean? We could get into all the political side of stuff. Do you know what I mean? But it was just they weren't going to keep me on after that operation, in case something happened to me. Even though I got the all clear, big money club like Chelsea, if a kid is to collapse on the pitch, then that could cost them. They could be trying to buy a 12-year-old for 100 grand, and that 12-year-old in 10 years could go on to be the next £100 million player. But because a kid's collapsed on the pitch at Chelsea, he's not that 11-year-old, their parents don't want him to come to Chelsea because they think it's not safe. Do you see what I'm getting at, Jordan? So yeah, man. Obviously, yeah, they let me go after that. And then, yeah, went down to Barnet.
Here at FOOTY 258, we're proud to present you with the best football-specific content. We work with many companies and many ballers to give you, the viewers, the best content possible. You, the viewer, we're always looking to help you improve your skill set. In order for you to improve your skill set and for us to keep making these videos, please click the link down below and buy some equipment. The equipment helps us run this channel, and also you subscribing to the channel helps us producing more of these videos to help you with your skill set and your knowledge of the game. Thank you for supporting FOOTY 258.
How did you accept that as a kid? You know, you're 12 years old and you're like, come on, like, you know, I'm all right, like everything. How do you take that?
Well, it was tough. It was brutal at first because they sent me to Harley Street, and the doctor at Harley Street was like, I'll never be able to play football again. And then obviously as a 12-year-old, that's quite hard to take. And then yeah, but, my dad worked on a fruit stall, and the woman, a customer of his, was the leader of the British Heart Foundation, and she set me up with an operation with the top heart surgeon in the world. So that's just fate, man. That's just like, do you know what I mean? That's lucky. And she was like, no, don't worry about that. We're going to sort it out. And so they sorted the operation. She sorted the operation out for me, and then I was able to play football again. But yeah, that's your dream, isn't it? That's all you want to do. That's all that's what circulates around your mind 24/7 as a kid. So when you're told that, the world caved in on me. Yeah, I'm completely just devastated. It's like someone like your dad dying or your mum dying. Do you know what I mean? People might think I'm mad, but it's like, George, when something that means that much to you, it's hard to take. So yeah.
Yeah. So how many years ago is that now? So that's like over 10 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that was even before probably Fabrice Muamba. Was that before?
That was before Fabrice Muamba. So obviously, yeah, it was lucky, man. Lucky they found it.
Yeah. So that was like, I remember that was a big thing in football, you know, you were one of the cases and whatnot. You know, going from there, how did you mentally yourself kind of get through that? And were you scared to play football again yourself?
So looking back at it now, like, if I was told now that I've got to have the operation and what could possibly the chances are like the operation could go wrong, I'd be a lot more scared now. But as a youngster, I realise now how scared my mum and dad were. But I was just like, I don't care. I was like, get me this operation. Get me this operation. I need to get back. I want to be playing football. I want to play for Chelsea. So yeah, I just wanted to get the operation done, man, and just get back playing football. And because football is what made me happy. You know what I mean? So yeah. But now thinking about it, it's like, right, man, that's a bit mental what happened. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But so yeah.
So you go to Barnet and whatever. Is that a culture shock for you? You know, obviously they're building they might be building a training ground right then, but
went from beating teams 20-0 to losing 20-0 every week. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking, God, man, get me out of here, man. I knew that all that fucking Arsenal and all that, and I'm like, do you know what? I just think it's like my brother plays football, and like, even when I have a kid though, like, when I have a kid, like because I've been in the system and I've experienced the system and I know how it works now, you know, like I'll be able to benefit. I'll be able to benefit someone. I shouldn't have gone to Barnet, man. I should have had a punt around. And I could have come on trial at Arsenal. I could have gone on trial.
Could have.
I went on trial at QPR because Taff and Osman were there.
Yeah. You went to school with them.
Yeah, we went to school with them. Yeah, and they got me. A lot of clubs knew that I'd been let go.
Yeah, it's in the data system, and they have a system for all of this stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I tore it up at QPR. Completely tore it up. I don't know how I didn't get in, but I do know I didn't get in because this is where this was my first experience of politics in football. So no names, but I'm playing in midfield, and the son's coach is playing in midfield.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Come on, man! Like,
Yeah.
all the parents are saying,
Bollocks, man. Bollocks. Yeah.
Fucking bollocks, bro.
Yeah.
And I actually don't know how the hell I did not get a contract at that club.
Yeah.
And then he's gone. We're sitting in the room when he's letting us know that they're not going to sign me. He's going, listen, there's a good thing going on down at Barnet. Yeah. He was like, if you look at it now, like, he's 12 years old. He could be playing in the first team at 15, 16 years old, which is, I did that. I accomplished that. I went down to Barnet. I got in the first team at 15, 16 years old. So, and then things are at 15, 16 years old, things are going well. Like, Tottenham are coming. Tottenham put a bid in for me, 15, 16 years old.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, things happened because the chairman's a cunt. And that, you know, so I had done what I'd set out to do. Do you know what I'm saying? But I probably would have. I feel like I could have got a career out of the game. I hate saying the word "could have," man. It pisses me. If I'd had a little punt around, do you know what I mean, at a few other clubs and not just going straight there. But look, I had a good time there. I met good people. Do you know what I mean? I've got a best friend out of it. Do you know what I mean? Who's going to be my mate for life in Keys. You know, so there's other stuff that it brings with it. You know, it doesn't just bring pain and hurt.
For more content like this, like, share, and subscribe.